In 1942, with the advent of the first jet engines, the German Air Ministry ordered the development of a revolutionary bomber, an aircraft capable of exceeding the speed of Allied fighters. Junkers entrusted the project to engineer Hans Vocker, giving rise to what would become the Junkers U-287, a true flying testbed for post-war technologies. From the outset, WOC faced a critical limitation. Early turbojets were sluggish and vulnerable at low speeds, particularly during takeoff and landing. To ensure stability and lift in these critical phases of flight, the engineer made a bold choice, adopting a forward-swept wing. This configuration not only increased lift, but also allowed for a large bomb bay to be positioned at the aircraft's center of gravity, optimizing weight distribution and aerodynamic efficiency. It was an extremely innovative solution, but it brought enormous challenges. The wing tended to flex and twist and was unstable in certain flight conditions, making maneuvers difficult. Much of the design work was dedicated to mitigating these effects, which had until then made a forward-swept wing feasible only on paper. By March 1943, to speed up construction, the U-287 was assembled as a patchwork of components from other aircraft. The fuselage came from a Heinkel He-177A3, the tail unit from a Junkers U-188G2, the main landing gear from a U-352, and the nose gear was directly derived from studies on a consolidated B-24 Liberator captured by German forces. It was powered by 4 Junkers Jumo 004 turbojets, each producing approximately 8.8 kilonewtons of thrust, with 4 additional Walter 501 rockets fitted for takeoff. An auxiliary aerodynamic brake was employed during landing. The first flight took place on the 8th of August 1944. Maximum speed reached 560 kilometers per hour, with peaks of 650 kilometers per hour in a dive. However, excessive flexing of the main spar occurred, resulting in wing deformation, the most significant flaw of the forward-swept configuration. The engineers sought to reduce wing flex by concentrating all engines under the wings. After the 17th and final flight in September 1944, the V1 project was temporarily shelved and restarted in March 1945. The new version, V2, was fitted with 6 BMW 0003A1 turbojets, each producing 7.8 kilonewtons of thrust, arranged in 2 groups of 3 under the wings. It was intended for a crew of 3 with a pressurized cockpit. The estimated maximum speed exceeded 860 kilometers per hour. At the end of April 1945, the Junkers factory in Dessau was occupied by the Red Army. The U-287 V2, nearly complete, was seized along with engineers and test pilots and transferred to Soviet territory for study. The program ended in 1948, but the lessons learned by both the Soviets and Hans Vocker were not lost. This patchwork aircraft became a unique flying laboratory, later influencing experimental aircraft such as the Grumman X-29 and the Sukhoi Su-47.